Ah, shit. Oh, don't tell me my steering wheel is going to start doing this again. I took that corner a little too fast. But, either way. I remember to adjust my setting. Alright. So, with the VR2, they give you like kind of a default sitting position. But you can adjust that by resetting your camera, and all you got to do is slide down in your seat. If you want more field of view, pull yourself forward, like so. Woo! See, now watch what happens when I reset my camera. Think. I'm further back. This is way too far back, mind you, because, I mean, come on. But it gives you a more... I get a wider field of view, essentially. I don't like to go that close. You can do this before each race. As long as you do it in time. I'm trying to make sure that I'm as center as possible as well. It usually doesn't take this long. Like, I'm just trying to find my sweet spot. Basically where that feels. When I pull myself forward, and 35, it's like scoot down like 3 inches and forward like 2 inches. And you can pretty much get it good. Let's see how that looks. See? Now I can actually, I'm not paying attention because I'm trying to talk and show you, but now you can see, I'll just stop here with that. So now you can see it opens it up a lot wider, right? So I got a wider, maybe it's like scoot down like 2 inches instead of 4. I just like to be above my mirror, man. It causes a blind spot when I'm turning in a corner. I'm super low. If I'm too low for the car. See, now my eyes are above that driver side mirror, which is what I prefer. And now I can see my passenger side mirror over the right. I got my mirror up top there. I can see. Importantly, turn your radar on, because even me in here, I can't see out my blind spots. And I'm coming into my corner, and y'all are riding on me like a freaking madman, or trying to tuck in, trying to get around me on the inside. If you're trying to get around me on the inside, that's fine. Freaking flash me or something to let me know, but at the same time, it's kind of hard for that too, because a lot of people will flash their beams continuously, so it's like in your mirror, in your mirror, in your mirror. What a pain in the ass to deal with, man, I tell you. So, this is going to be a fast track. We're just cruising for now. This is going to be a fast track. Except for when it's raining, it's not going to be as fast. Obviously, it is going to rain. If you guys have never played on Gran Turismo before, you can go over to your weather radar. It does work, as you can see. You can see the weather's coming in, right? As I zoom out. It'll be the second lap that it's actually in and over the track in this practice. And then from there, we're just going to we'll swap our tires. Some people might be good on the intermediate wets. I don't know. I know what I'm doing. I'm not to say if I'm using wets or intermediates or hards. Just if you guys are watching, you'll see what I do. Everybody has their strategies. I'm thinking it's probably going to be a 2-lap race, maybe 3, but I doubt it. It would very, very, very super shock me if it ended up being 3 laps. So I like to have my mirror right there where I could just glance over my eyes, man, like I would in real life. Just be like, oh, just a little look over, you know. Or just a little turn of the head, where I think here, that mirror's right in my blinds. Like, if I'm coming into a corner, I can't see my apex. Because mirror's in my way. I reset the camera. And it brings me up a little forward. So that actually narrows my field of view. Now, you know, like, not every car does this. Some cars have really good seating positions. This one, I'm sure, is a good seating position. Like, I do like it sometimes. But I like it better a little higher with the adjustability. I like a little higher. I like to be able to see at least a little bit of that hood scoop there is nice. I don't need to see the hood scoop, but I just like to. And I don't like seeing my time up there. So when I get up to a height of here, I got the scoop. I'm above my mirror. I'm a little bit high, but I don't have the time in my face. All right, so let's do this. I'm just gonna go to retry, and then we're gonna do this for real. Now this, there we go. All right, let's do this. I'm not down low enough, man. Yeah, right there. Just trying to find that sweet spot. I do this almost every single race, but I've been down here in a couple days, so that's a little bit better, I guess. Alright, I'll shut my mouth now. Just get on with this. Get some practice in before the race starts. Too fast. Or not hard enough braking. Pretty sure fell under the not hard enough braking. Come on now, I'm trying to make an adjustment here. This steering wheel, man, is out of whack. I need a new one. It's just the controls, like, I'll be turning right like this sometimes and my option button will get engaged. I'm not touching it, my hand's on the outside of my wheel. Hubs are inside, in the middle. I'm talking again. Don't worry, I'm better than this. Just wait. You'll see. It's a Nurburgring, for crying out loud. It's my favorite track. I'm just not focused at the moment. Let's go 2 to the rear. And no traction control. I can be pretty unforgiving sometimes. The no traction control. Alright, and I want my times up. I just fucked this time up. Pardon my language. Too far. Excuse me. See? Right there. That's what it does. It messes me up. For real. Okay, not fucking around. I think that's too fast, question mark? A little bit. Not gonna matter anyway, because the stopping distance is gonna have to be shortened in the rain regardless. Or lengthened rather, lengthened, not shortened. Shortened, put you right in the wall. I'm trying to get comfortable, man. I can't get comfortable today for some reason. Whee! Yeah, not paying attention. I'm doing something. Yep. Oh yeah, love it. A little 2-man chump on the out. One of the easier corners too. I'll get my bearings, don't worry. My tires aren't warm. I'm clearly not on my A game at the moment. And it's also just practice, so I'm just whatever. That is gonna screw me up today. I have some time, I should just disconnect this stupid thing. But that requires me to take it apart and literally snip the wires off the button. I don't know why it keeps getting activated. It must have like loose wire, it must be making a connection on the inside or something. Not too fast. That turn gets me a lot, man. I always overpower coming out of that one, full of confidence. I can never stop in time. High speed 6. That's what I get for being stubborn. Come on. Too much. That's for crossing penalty line, or the pit lane. Doesn't look as bad. I'm gonna switch out my tires. Well, I guess it doesn't even matter if I on it or not. Huh. It's right there in front of everybody's face. Oh, what kind of tires did you switch? Just look over to the right. Oh, what? I don't know, let's see how the intermediates are though. The intermediates are good if you got some dry area. If you got light rain. Yeah, well, don't watch. I'm gonna go switch them. I go switch them, I'm gonna get a torrential downpour. See, now this is where I would like tuck down low. I'm just waiting. And pull myself into the position that I like. Otherwise, it's going to reset back to the stock. See, no penalty that time. See how these intermediates are. I could put half the car over that, but it might not even rain at all. I don't know. I think it will based on this, though. Smashed the throttle down a little hard that time. Oh, I get it that faster. I love diving into this thing. It's fun, but it can be unforgiving sometimes. Come on, turn. Oh, hey. Haven't done that in a while. Beep. Come on now. I didn't want to do. I'm gonna blow around my so much water on a tractor on North Lake. Maybe not though. Mmm. Ah! Too fast. Do better. Ah, what turn did I think I was on? Not the right one. That was a shortcut if I've ever seen one. Should get down to 34 out here and see how that baby does. I love the sound of that monster. Might not fare too well though, because it might be a little slick. She's getting slick. That was junk. shit. No. I'm at the tire threshold, it seems. This is the reason why I might run with wets instead. Because intermediates, although great, once you fill that threshold, they're useless, essentially. Can't even get under boost. Alright. So, we're going to drive easy on it now. Let's see what time it is, because we've been doing this for a bit now. I don't care what that says. We got a qualifying lap and everything, which is going to be damn near impossible with everybody out there. "25 minutes? Sweet. Alright. I'll be back. I gotta take a break. And hopefully we'll see you guys out on the track today. Peace.